Greetings and welcome to this video tutorial on formatting and cleaning an Excel electronic database for subsequent data analysis. To begin, we have a data set here that has responses for 80 plus students across a set of different demographic and achievement data. And here we can see we have student names in the first column, or we could just say student ID, grade, sex, ethnic code, user 2, language designation, as well as some other data here. And then we also have data that's reported on different benchmark tests that have been administered across the academic year. That includes their raw score performance level, as well as students' performance on an end of grade test, or more specifically in this case the CST, the California Standards Test. And for these group of students, we have information reported on their scale scores as well as their performance level. The focus of this module is not necessarily to analyze this data right now, but to just structure the data that's going to facilitate future data analysis. The first thing we would like to do is simplify the top variable labels so that we just have one row that corresponds to each variable reported in the columns. And so here I just indicate here and right clicked and insert a new column where we can add new variable labels, and the idea is to provide variable labels that are very short and concise and that are easily usable. So here for student name, we can just do ID, grade. We can keep some of these same variable names like sex. For ethnic code, we could just do ethnic. We can stick with user 2. For language designation, we just do lang for short. And we can keep going across. We can do raw RW1 for raw score on the first benchmark. We could do perform 1 for performance level on the first benchmark. For the second benchmark, we could do RW2 for the raw score, and likewise perform 2 for the performance level. And then for the CST score, we could do CS2, CST, SS for the California Standards Test standard score, then also CST PL for CST performance level. So then what we can do is delete off the simplify it, and then also we don't need to have this highlighted. Instead, we want something that's just kind of plain and boring. Black and white is very clean and simple to use. And what you also notice, there are some columns that we may not need to use in our analyses. In this case, it might be the dates in which the benchmarks were administered. Since they're all administered on 2 specific dates, that might be just columns that we want to eliminate just to simplify the data that we're looking at, as well as when the end of grade test was administered. Something else we could do is get rid of the borders in the table. So now we only see for each person, that student has his or her own row, and each column has a very simple, short, concise variable label. Now, this is a data set that includes data on 88 students and is now ready to be analyzed. This concludes this video tutorial on cleaning electronic database prior to data analysis.